Give me a little intro there, Gomer.
There's no turning back now.
Let's put on the show.
You are listening to the Station 71 podcast. My name is Mario, and this week I'm joined by my co-hosts,
Beth
and Brian.
So this week we're going to start a fun little game that we're going to try to carry through the rest of March. I guess we'll see how that goes. But first, let's dive into all of this news that we have this week. I'm going to try to lump this together so we can get through this as cohesively as possible. But there was a lot of Star Wars news this week. Disney put out a lot of preview stuff for Galaxy's Edge and a lot of really exciting things just overall. So first up, we got some cast member costumes. We got the first look at those. We also got the first look at some food and some merchandise. Let's talk about all three of those things in one shot because I think that's pretty easy to lump together here. Yeah, all of these things look really good, and surprisingly, I'm all here for the weird food that Galaxy's Edge is going to have.
Yeah, it seems like they're kind of doing the same kind of stuff that they were kind of did with Pandora. Like, it's interesting, it's futuristic, but it's also kind of like recognizable stuff.
Yeah, I think it all sounds really cool. I'm especially excited that one of the restaurants is going to have 2 actual vegetarian entrees that are like plant-based foods, like not salad.
Nice.
So that's exciting.
Yeah, that's really cool. These costumes also look really cool. I know that I briefly said that. I don't know.
I am down for all of these, but the Smuggler's Run ones look kind of weird.
Yeah.
The bright blue and the hats, and I don't know, it doesn't feel very Star Warsy.
I think the look of the costumes feels very Star Warsy for like all of them, but some of the color choices are a little odd. I will 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
And as far as merchandise, it looks like we're going to see some more of the Toy Maker toys, like the Builder Droids and lightsaber stuff. We've got some prop lightsabers that they revealed. Just stuff we kind of expected, so that's not really too surprising, but still really cool. And kind of along with that, and some of the like interactive attraction news that we got out of this, the Disney Play Disney Parks app is going to be featured heavily in Galaxy's Edge, which we kind of expected, right? Like that was a thing we talked about before, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like them announcing it was kind of a test run for the future, and I think Galaxy's Edge has a lot to do with that.
Yeah, and it looks like this is going to act a lot like the Agent P's World Showcase adventure stuff and the old Kim Possible thing that they had in World Showcase, where the app is going to actually interact with a lot of stuff in the land as well, which is really cool. That is what I wanted from the Play app.
Yeah.
Let's just hope that they actually implement it the right way.
Yeah, I'm reserving my judgment on this. I got burned the last time when they rolled this out and it was supposed to be interactive throughout the park, and it was a pretty big letdown. So hopefully they do it right this time.
Yeah, that is my hope. Is it's like it's done right and they do it the way that it was supposed to be done. Mm-hmm. And kind of also in the hype news, we got some looks at the Rise of the Resistance attraction. It's being declared one of the most advanced and immersive experiences ever undertaken by Walt Disney Imagineering. That's a lot to live up to.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. I think everybody was excited about the Millennium Falcon ride at first, but now all this stuff keeps coming out about Rise of the Resistance, and I think I'm more excited for it.
Yeah, I think with just the way they're talking about it, like calling it one of the most complex things we've ever done, and one of the most advanced attractions, or it's more than just a ride. Like that is so much hype, and it's got a lot to live up to. But I'm really excited to see where this pans out. And then the big thing that I know we're all excited to talk about is a new A1000 audio animatronic is being brought to life for Galaxy's Edge. There's a video online from the Imagineering channel of this A1000 animatronic that I have no words for how good this looks. This is just awesome.
Like, it looks like CG in real life. Like, I don't know how to explain it other than that, but it's so fluid and, like, I don't know. It's pretty mind-blowing.
The crazy thing about this for me is, like, I remember when we were all hyped about the shaman animatronic, and, like, thinking back on it now, like, this is so much better in my mind than that animatronic was, in terms of how fluid this just, like, 30 seconds of, or not even, like, 2 seconds of movement is. It looks so good.
It really does. I mean, I still think the Shaman animatronic is absolutely incredible, but this truly is just amazing.
Yeah, I definitely won't discount that. Like, that doesn't take away from the Shaman, but this is still crazy. Whew. So, do you guys want to talk about anything else with the Galaxy's Edge stuff? Anything you're excited about? I know I kind of breezed through that pretty quick, but yeah, that was a lot to take in.
I'm just super excited about it.
And it's a lot closer than it seems, too.
I know.
So, next up, we also have some new entertainment coming to Animal Kingdom. It looks like Bollywood Beats Dance Experience is coming, or is in Animal Kingdom now. It premiered the other day, and it looks like there's a new dance show coming to Animal Kingdom. It's always nice to see some live entertainment.
And I don't hear people talk about it a lot, but I feel like Animal Kingdom really, like, rotates their live entertainment really well. It seems like every time I go, there's some new one that I had no idea was even coming that pops up there. So it's pretty cool that they keep it fresh.
Yeah, that is really cool. I like that they're doing different things and they're trying out new experiences.
Yeah, I think that the dance shows or whatever at Animal Kingdom are kind of often overlooked or passed by, but if you stop and watch for a minute, they're actually super entertaining, and if you are brave enough to actually participate, it's super fun.
And this one looks really cool. There's a video in this news article I'll share in the show notes. This one has, like, really bright costumes, and there is guest interaction, like Beth was saying. So it's going to keep with that style that we had already seen in Animal Kingdom, but it looks really fun. I'm really excited to check that out.
Nice.
And then last, this one's kind of more of a joke article that we can kind of talk about. But People magazine posted an article about the most popular spots to take a photo at in Walt Disney World, well, in the Disney parks.
Staying really up to date on the trends.
Disney Instagram will never die. Oh boy.
It's just like, I've seen enough pictures of people in front of these walls. Don't encourage it further, please.
Yeah, don't make it even more mainstream.
Yeah.
So are you guys ready to play our game this week?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So we are going to do a March Madness, March Magic Disney bracket this week. We're going to start this. We're going to see how far we get and try to maybe carry it out to the end of the rest of the episodes for March, so that we have something to kind of look forward to, and maybe we can have you guys vote on some stuff on social media and see where this goes. So originally we started with 94 attractions. That was a lot. And then we cut a couple things here from like live entertainment, different characters, so we wouldn't be biased towards that. We left in some underdogs. I will say that there are some things that I'm interested to see how they fare in here. But yeah, so we narrowed it down to 82 different attractions across Walt Disney World, and we're going to see how these attractions face up against each other. We should note that these are also randomly matched. Some of them are matched to the parks that they're in, especially this first one. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. So first round that we have is, looks like Slinky Dog Dash versus Toy Story Midway Mania.
Man, this is a hard one to start with.
Yeah, this is a very hard one to start with.
I'm going to say Slinky Dog because it doesn't make my hand hurt.
Oh, yeah, I got to side with Beth on that one.
Ooh. Obviously my vote doesn't matter now, but I'm actually going to go with Midway Mania.
Really?
I like it, and yeah, you had, Buzz Lightyear before this, but I still think like Midway Mania was pretty interesting the way that they incorporated the screens with the game, but
it's super fun. Like, don't get me wrong. It just I have carpal tunnel, so it's not the most fun for me to be hurting at the end. So
I do have to say, if it was Midway Mania versus Buzz, I would go Midway Mania 100%. Even though Buzz was there first, like just the fact that they break up Midway Mania by different games, that was a really hard one to pick by. So round 2 is the Main Street Vehicles versus Turtle Talk with Crush.
Main Street Vehicles.
That is fast.
I love the Main Street Vehicles. I feel like they're so underrated. Like, they don't get as much attention as they deserve.
I'm going Turtle Talk.
Oh, I'm sorry, Beth. I gotta go Turtle Talk with Crush.
Yes.
You guys have obviously never been in the fire truck going down Main Street and having angry people getting honked at. So.
Speaking of animals, we have Enchanted Tiki Room and The Seas with Nemo and Friends. I'm going Tiki Room.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I hate The Seas with Nemo and Friends with such a passion.
That one.
I don't hate it, but I think the technology of it is cool, but it's as objectively as a ride, I feel like it's definitely not as entertaining.
It is it's like an escalator just to get you into the pavilion.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. That's very true.
Plus, it feels so forced.
Yeah, and that's the thing that stinks about it. I feel like the technology could be updated, and it could be such a cooler attraction. Plus, when I go on The Seas with Nemo and Friends, I kind of just want to go in the aquarium.
Yeah, well, that's why. I always just go to the left to the exit and just go in there that way. I don't
through the gift shop.
Oh yeah, I don't ever get on The Seas.
So next up we have Hall of Presidents versus Journey into Imagination.
Which one of these do I hate more?
I'm gonna go Journey into Imagination. That's easy enough for me. Figment. I don't care how annoying he gets. The Figment's always he's gonna have a special place in my heart.
I'm also gonna say Journey into Imagination, and not to get political, but one, because of who's in it right now, but also because it's so freaking long.
Yeah.
The thing that I hate so much about it is how long it takes him to get through the end now, where every president stands up and does his little nod. It's like a 15-minute thing now at the end. That said, I'm still voting for it over Journey into Imagination.
Oh.
I can't stand the current iteration of this ride.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess. So we got... Ooh, this one's an interesting one. Prince Charming's Regal Carousel versus Dumbo.
Dumbo.
Yeah, I'm going to go Dumbo, too.
I actually think the only time I've ever ridden the carousel was when I was 6 years old.
Really?
I do like the music, though, I will say. that they take Disney songs and make it sound like carousel songs.
Yeah.
But Dumbo's more fun.
So next up, we've got Under the Sea, Journey of the Little Mermaid versus Spaceship Earth. I'm going Spaceship Earth, guys.
Same here.
Yeah. I'm letting my, like, nostalgia take the lead.
That's a hard one, though, because Journey of the Little Mermaid is actually a really good attraction, except for some scenes.
Yeah, I was about to say.
The one scene is the only bad one. The under the sea scene.
The biggest, longest scene.
So next up, we got Jungle Cruise versus Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise. Some of these are like breakaways, and I'm pretty oh, okay.
Oh, no way. This was planned. This did not randomly happen.
This randomly generated. We've got Frozen Ever After versus Frozen Sing Along. I'm going Frozen Ever After.
Frozen Ever After.
Yeah, absolutely.
I did the sing along once to say that I did it, and then
Really?
I've never felt obligated to do it again.
So this next one is Astro Orbiter versus Alien Swirling Saucer.
Astro Orbiter.
I haven't ridden Alien Swirling Saucers yet, but I have funny memories tied to Astro Orbiter anyway, so I feel like I would pick it overall.
Yeah, I haven't done Alien, so I'm going to go Astro Orbiter too. That was kind of unfair, but... so next up is Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor versus Space Mountain. I'm going to go Space Mountain.
Right. Like, we don't need to talk about this one.
My vote doesn't count because I don't like Space Mountain. But
Really? Oh, yeah, that's right.
But are you legitimately going to vote for Monsters, Inc.?
Honestly, I don't know. I also have really funny memories tied to Monsters, Inc. because, like, my friend that was sitting beside me was that guy, and they, like, paid a lot of attention to us weirdly, like, one time I was on there, so I don't know, I'm biased because of that memory established there.
Okay. So, like, I guess maybe this is a question moving forward, too. Like, are we voting for these just, like, straight up, which one we like more, no strings attached? Like, do we want to consider these existing in a vacuum and, like, judge them for the rides or attractions that they are, or, like, take into account, like, significance and that kind of stuff?
I think it's fair to judge it however you want to judge it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
I
if
think
there's...
which one you like most.
Yeah. And I mean, that can be also tied to, like, historical significance and stuff like that.
Okay.
This next one's going to be pretty easy. We got PhilharMagic and Jedi Training Academy. Is that 3 votes for PhilharMagic?
Yep.
See, okay, I'm gonna say no. I'm voting PhilharMagic, but at the same time, it's like it's unfair because I've never done Jedi Training Academy, and I feel like, you know, if you're a kid and, like, get to do that though, that's probably a really, really cool experience.
Yeah, but they won't let us because we're too old. So I would
discrimination.
Do it. I would do it. Don't get me wrong, but you have to be like 11 or under or something. All right, fine. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna go to Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. Like, I thought Disney was for all ages, but you guys have made it clear that's not true.
Oh boy. Next up, we've got Test Track and Splash Mountain.
Splash Mountain.
Splash.
Oh, part of me wants to go with Test Track, but I gotta go with Splash Mountain. We got Cali River Rapids and Expedition Everest. This one's a hard one. I will say this is a very hard one.
I'm gonna say Expedition Everest because it's my favorite coaster, but I really love Cali River Rapids.
I think I'm gonna go Everest too, just because Cali River Rapids could be better.
Everest could be better too if they took Disco Yeti out.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'm definitely still voting for Everest.
This is an interesting one. Rivers of Light and Rock and Roller Coaster.
Definitely Rock and Roller Coaster.
Yep.
Although I've never seen Rivers of Light all the way through, as you guys know. It had technical difficulties 2 times, so...
Oh, Enchanted Tales with Belle and Primeval Whirl. I'm going to go Enchanted Tales.
Yeah, I can ride Crazy Mouse at my state fair.
This one's really hard for me, actually.
Really? I thought that animatronic would have sealed the deal.
It is, and that's like what I love so much
mirror.
about it. But Primeval World is just a bunch of like, just good old fashioned fun, like goofiness. I'm all about that.
I will say, out of all the attractions in Chester and Hester's, like all 4 of them or 2 of them, this is the one that I actually like the best.
It's not really stiff competition, but
Listen, I hate Chester and Hester's, so that's a compliment.
oh, just so Chester and Hester get some love, I'm gonna vote Primeval World.
Oh, I see how it is. Tom Sawyer Island and Discovery Island Trails.
Oh man,
That's a hard one
that's
for you
really
guys.
hard.
How did it do that? Like, how did it do these pretty decent matchups on a lot of these?
I don't know. I shuffled it 4 times just because the way that I sorted it originally was like I went through a list and they were all in park order. So it was like all of Magic Kingdom, all of Epcot, all of Animal Kingdom, like together. And it would have matched them up like that. But I hit shuffle like 4 times just so it would mix it up enough. And somehow we ended up with some pretty hard ones.
I just think it's interesting that these 2 got matched up because they're a similar experience. It's not like neither one is an attraction,
Yeah.
you know? But
That said, I'm going to go Discovery Island Trails. I'm making the first move on this one.
I'm going Tom Sawyer.
I'm gonna
Oh.
say Tom Sawyer.
Man, I thought you would have gone for Animal Kingdom.
I really thought you were going to go for that.
Well, to me, the Discovery Island trails, I feel like they're cool. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like they're like the path to the rest of the park. Basically, it's not like something that I actively do.
That's fair.
But Tom Sawyer Island I think, is fun because it's very intentional that you have to go there.
That's fair. I can give you that one. So we got Triceratops Spin and Pirates of the Caribbean. Do we even need to talk about this
wow.
one?
Which one should I pick? Pirates.
Pirates.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Oh, and the end of round 1, which I probably should say that some of them automatically got seeded into the second round just by the sheer number of attractions that we have. But the end of round 1 ends us with Indiana Jones Stunt Show and Peter Pan's Flight. This is a hard one because I don't really like either.
They're so vastly different from one another. It's so hard to compare them. I'm going to go Peter Pan on this one, I think.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Peter Pan too, just because of the new queue.
I was about to say I'm gonna say Peter Pan mostly because of the queue.
Oh boy. All right, so round 2. Starting it off with Interventions versus Slinky Dog Dash.
Okay. What even is Interventions?
All right. So we've got an empty warehouse versus Slinky Dog Dash.
An empty warehouse versus a roller coaster.
Tough choice there. Definitely Slinky.
Oh, this one's a hard one. Festival of the Lion King versus Flights of Wonder.
Oh, hang on now.
After
Yeah.
Russell and Doug.
Yeah,
That's the
true.
big question.
I don't know. I guess we're going current iterations, so
Ooh, Festival of
Probably.
the Lion King then.
yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen the new version, but I'm just sad that I heard that they don't do the dollar bill thing anymore.
They don't.
So yeah, definitely Festival of the Lion King.
Muppet Vision 3D versus Turtle Talk. All right, that's 2 votes for Muppet Vision, 3 votes for Muppet Vision.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Soaring Around the World versus Enchanted Tiki Room. I'm going Tiki Room.
Tiki Room for
Yep.
sure.
This so far has been a pretty easy round. Star Tours versus Journey into Imagination.
Star Tours.
Star Tours. Sorry, Figment, I love you, but not this round, buddy. Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair versus the Jungle Trek.
Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair for me.
I knew that. I knew it was
I love
coming.
that show. I mean, it's so heavily Princess and the Frog related. How can I not? You know.
Yeah, as soon as I said that, I was like, Beth is at least voting for Friendship Fair.
I'm gonna go with the Jungle Trek.
Oh, boy.
I do love the tiger, so just want to throw that out there. This was a tough one for a second.
This is a very hard one for me because I do really like the Jungle Trek. Yeah, I'm going to go Jungle Trek. Sorry, Beth.
It's okay.
Oh.
Just links in a chain made of silver and gold, you guys.
Mission Space versus Dumbo.
Which Mission Space?
Oh, that's a hard one because they're two different attractions now. Well, I guess it's the same idea.
Yeah, they're very different now.
Very different. If we're saying orange versus Dumbo, then I'm going to say orange. If we're saying green versus Dumbo, I'm saying Dumbo.
All right, you have to take both into consideration. How about that?
Yeah, because I feel
I'm
like...
still going to say Mission Space because, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Really? I was going to go
I
Dumbo.
love Mission
'cause
Space Orange. I really do. Like the G-forces, that's so much fun to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Mission Space. These are two very similar attractions. One of them just spins a little bit faster.
Oh, speaking of spinning, we got Mad Tea Party versus Disney Junior Live on Stage.
Tea Party.
Tea Party.
I've never seen Disney Junior Live on stage.
Oh, this is
tough.
This is a tough one.
Oh,
Living with the
no.
Land. Living with the Land and Spaceship Earth. Oh. I
You
knew
guys go, so maybe I don't have to decide.
I knew this was gonna one of them was gonna come down to a really hard one, and I didn't expect it to be this.
I'm gonna go with Living with the Land.
Oh.
Don't make me tie break, Mark.
The temptation is so strong because I love Spaceship Earth, but I guess I'm also gonna go Living with the Land.
Okay, good. I don't have to pick.
Alright. Country Bear Jamboree versus Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom.
Oh, for sure, Country Bear.
Yes. You already know my vote.
I will vote. I'll vote that too, but I'm adding a 1 for the Kirsten that's not here.
Aw.
Ooh, boat rides. Grand Fiesta Tour versus Jungle Cruise.
Oh, what a tough one.
Oh, Jungle Cruise all the
Yeah,
way.
100.
Yeah. Yep. Swiss Family Treehouse versus Happily Ever After.
Happily Ever After.
I'm gonna go Swiss Family Treehouse.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I like the walkthrough attractions sometimes, and this is one that I know it's dated, and I know that it's I've badmouthed it on this show a couple times, but I think this definitely deserves at least 1 vote here.
I love Swiss Family Treehouse, and I still haven't seen Happily Ever After, but I have to imagine that a Disney fireworks show is gonna top that a little bit. So can I vote Happily Ever After, still never having seen it?
Yeah, that's fair.
What about watching Happily Ever After from the Swiss Family Treehouse?
Oh.
I don't think we can vote both of them to round 2
All
or
right.
round 3. So we got Wilderness Explorers versus Frozen Ever After.
This might be an unpopular opinion, but I'm saying Wilderness Explorers.
I agree with that.
Really?
So much
Yes.
fun.
I didn't do this until my last trip to Animal Kingdom. And me and my wife did it, and we both had so much fun with it. You learn so much. Mm-hmm. It's very, very cool. And I love anything interactive like that.
Yeah, and I'm such a big nature nerd anyway that definitely has my vote.
I'm going to go with Frozen Ever After just because of the Olaf animatronic, even though I probably shouldn't because that ride didn't work for the first month it was out. But I'm still going to go with it for Olaf. We've got Magic Carpets of Aladdin versus Frontier Shootin' Arcade. All right.
Magic Carpets.
Yeah, I'm casting my vote for Magic Carpets as well.
I'm going to go with the Shooting Arcade. It is 100% a nostalgia thing for me, but...
Didn't they use real bullets until the 80s?
I don't know if they did it at Disney World. I think it was at Disneyland, and God, I hope it didn't make it to the 80s. That seems way too late.
feel like it was shockingly later than it should have been. But
Oh boy. Yeah, that's mildly alarming. So next up we've got Navi River Journey versus Astro Orbiter.
Navi River Journey.
yeah,
I'm going River Journey too. You can't beat that animatronic.
Yeah.
Oh, Disney Railroad versus Finding Nemo the musical.
oh, I love Finding Nemo the musical.
I'm going Nemo the musical, so no shame.
This is tough. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Finding Nemo.
Oh, I was not expecting that one to be like.
No, I
Clear
love the
winner.
railroad, and I love, how important it is to, Walt's Magic Kingdom, but I really love the Finding Nemo musical.
Just as a side note, I looked it up because I needed to know for sure, and at Disneyland, they had pellet guns until 1984.
Wow.
That is absurdly long for that.
Mm-hmm.
So next on our bracket is Haunted Mansion versus Space Mountain.
Haunted Mansion.
Haunted
Yep.
Mansion. That was fairly easy. Dinosaur versus Barnstormer.
Dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
Dinosaur versus My First Coaster. I lumped all of Rafiki's Planet Watch together because it was still listed on Disney's website. So have fun picking between your favorite children, Beth. Rafiki's Planet Watch and Mickey's PhilharMagic.
Dang.
I'm going PhilharMagic.
It
Same
hurts,
here.
but me too.
Man, Beth has voted against 2 of the trails at Animal Kingdom and now Rafiki's Planet Watch.
Oh my gosh, but
I hope you know that was the nail in the coffin. Like, if anybody at Disney listens to this, they're like, oh no, they're shutting it down now.
So Beth doesn't even like it anymore. Push the button.
is that true? I just had to. I had to pick one.
Oh. So Festival of Fantasy versus Splash Mountain.
Splash.
Just remember, Maleficent is back now, so this counts with her in it too.
Yeah, I don't like parades.
I'm gonna say Splash as well. I do love Festival of Fantasy, but I also don't like standing on the sidewalk in the sun for 30 minutes.
That's fair. I'll go Splash too. So it brings us to Liberty Riverboat versus Expedition Everest. I'm going Everest. That should be no surprise.
Yep.
Definitely Everest.
Oh, Phantasmic versus Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin.
What a hard choice, Phantasmic.
I'm going Buzz.
That is offensive. I'm
You know?
offended. You guys, I gotta go. My internet's not working.
Sorry, Beth. Phantasmic's getting bumped out.
You guys are sacrilegious right now.
Oh,
I'm not a big fan of stage shows, and I love anything interactive, so I gotta give it to Buzz.
yeah. I also think that, like, I don't know. I said earlier Toy Story Midway Mania is the better of the 2 shooters, but I feel like this one's so easy to get on, and it's so interactive compared to Midway Mania that might have hurt it a little bit. Oh, where's Kirsten for this bracket?
Oh,
Tower
yeah,
of
do we
Terror
already
versus
submit
Rock
her
and Roller
vote?
Coaster.
Tower of Terror.
Yep, Tower Terror.
Yeah, I'm going Tower of Terror too.
She would be proud.
Oh, here's an easy one. TTA versus the Speedway.
TTA.
Yep.
Seven
I mean,
Dwarfs.
honestly, we probably should have just taken the Speedway off because nobody was going to vote for that regardless of what it was up against.
Well, to be fair, it started in round 2. It had a little bit of some advantage here, but
yeah.
honestly, I probably would have voted for it if it were up against.
Being
Tried
locked
to-
in a broom closet for 2 hours.
Yes.
I was
Give me
gonna
the broom
say,
closet.
Honestly, I'd probably pick the broom closet.
Oh, I mean, I was gonna say like Frozen Sing Along or Triceratops Spin, but sure, that works too. Seven Doors Mine Train and Enchanted Tales with Belle.
I'm gonna say Mine Train.
Oh, I'm gonna go Enchanted Tales. I am not a fan of the Mine Train.
It's too short. That's literally my only
Yeah.
qualm with it.
I agree. I do like it, but I'm gonna give the nod to Enchanted Tales.
Oh, nice. Enchanted Tales is like the sleeper pick for this. I did not expect it to make it to round 3.
What always got me is like I had such low expectations for this because I didn't even really know what it was gonna be when I first did it, and was just so blown away by all the effects.
Yeah, that is what did it for me too. I know we went on it for the first time, and I was just kind of like, oh, this is going to be a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, and there's going to be little kids with like props and stuff. But like the animatronics, the queue, everything about that is so great. I think Seven Doors Mine Train doesn't have a great queue. The interactive stuff is okay, but even then, I know they were like trying to phase some of that out for a while.
I love how many times you guys have talked about the queue for Seven Doors Mine Train, because I've literally never gone on this attraction without a fast pass.
Yeah.
The only time I ever did without a fast pass was at the Halloween party.
Oh, I've done it without a fast pass a couple times, but I usually won't go on it if it's like as long of a wait as it normally is. So we got Voyage of the Little Mermaid versus Kilimanjaro Safari. Easy.
Safari.
Yeah. Oh, this next one makes me sad.
Carousel of Progress versus Tom Sawyer Island. I'm going Carousel of Progress. I have to throw that first vote in.
Yeah, Carousel of Progress for me too.
It doesn't matter, but I think I'm still gonna say Carousel of Progress too.
Yeah.
That makes me very sad.
Ooh, Illuminations versus the American Adventure. Illuminations.
Yep.
I do actually like the American Adventure when it's really hot outside and I need a place to sit.
I like the parts of the American Adventure that don't involve watching like pictures, like illustrated pictures while sad songs play.
Have I ever told you guys that like every time I call the like Disney guest relations or anything, the Golden Dream song is always the one that's playing?
Oh my gosh.
Like every single time I've had to call in to Disney for something or for some reason or another, it's always that one song. And I'm like, I think this is the only song that plays in their queue of songs. This next one actually might be pretty hard. Big Thunder Mountain versus Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm going Pirates.
Pirates.
It wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. Wow. It's a Small World versus Beauty and the Beast live on stage.
Oh no.
This is another of which one do I hate more.
Yeah, I gotta go. It's a Small World. I don't like it, but that stage show is just hot garbage.
I honestly am going with the stage show because...
Are you serious?
Not because I think it's a better attraction, but because I have, like, I'm 100% biased against, like, funny times and, like, memories of it that I have.
I will say that the stage show is good for a laugh.
That's literally why I picked it.
So, Great Moments in American History versus Peter Pan's Flight. I'm going Great Moments. Yep.
Same here, yeah.
That one actually was kind of hard for me because I do like Peter Pan's Flight.
But Great Moments in History is just so good.
And it's like the proper usage of the Muppets in the park.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Absolutely.
guys. This is the one that's going to break up this podcast. It's Tough to Be a Bug versus Flight of Passage.
Oh,
no,
man.
this is agonizing.
Hang on, whoa. I'm going to throw a curveball here, though. If you take Stuff to Be a Bug out, you have to take Tree of Life out, too. How about that?
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm still going Flight of Passage.
Yeah, same here.
Okay, so that I think we could do one more round because there's how many weeks are in this month? Yeah, so that would be 3 more episodes to do, and we've got 5, the semifinals and the finalists. So yeah, we'll do one more round, and then we'll see where we're at with the round 4 picks. So first up in this round is Slinky Dog Dash versus Festival of the Lion King.
I might hurt some feelings when I say this, but as an attraction, I was not super impressed with Slinky Dog. I was really into the queue and the theming, but I don't know. It kind of seemed like it was the next step for a child after the Barnstormer, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not super thrilling, but
Like, it's cute for sure, but I'm gonna say Festival of the Lion King.
this is tough. I think I'm actually gonna go Slinky Dog Dash.
Oh, come on. You know what? I'm going to go Festival of the Lion King too, just because I feel like that's a classic, more so than Slinky Dog will be.
Fair enough.
Oh, Muppet Vision 3D versus Enchanted Tiki Room.
Now Brian gets to pick his favorite child.
I was about to say this is a tough one.
This is a very tough one.
I love Tiki Room so much and what it means for like Disney and animatronics.
I hear a butt coming.
But
Yeah.
I have so many good memories of Muppet Vision, and it's a lasting classic. I gotta go Muppet Vision.
I got to go Muppet Vision too, just because, you know, this is going to sound really weird coming from me, but there have been very few times in the time that I've liked Disney attractions that I've been genuinely upset thinking that something's going to leave, and seeing that Muppet Vision is starting to become a shell actually makes me very upset. So just that feeling alone kind of pushed me in this direction. That said, you know, the Enchanted Tiki Room that I saw when I first started going to Disney was under new management, so
Well, not that it matters, but I would say Enchanted Tiki Room. I do love Muppet Vision, but Enchanted Tiki Room, the idea of it being gone makes me more sad.
that's fair. So Star Tours versus the Jungle Trek. I'm going Star Tours.
I'm going Jungle Trek.
I'm also
Oh.
going Jungle Trek.
Ah,
It's because I'm not a huge Star Wars fan and I'm a huge nature fan. I think that was easier for me.
so Mission Space versus Mad Tea Party.
How does Mission Space continually go up against other spinning attractions?
I don't know. I'm going to vote for Mission Space this time.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I do have to say that that's the first time that it's been a unanimous decision on this round so far. Oh,
Oh, this one hurts me. This round is killing me.
You got Living with the Land versus Country Bear Jamboree. Now, Beth,
I
we
want-
can't say anything. We've got to let him make this decision.
Oh,
Going Living with the Land.
me too.
Me 3. You made the right choice, Brian.
Now, if it was which one makes me laugh hysterically until I'm crying, then I would say Country Bear Jamboree, but that wasn't the contest.
So we have next up Jungle Cruise versus Happily Ever After.
Jungle Cruise for me.
Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise.
All right. Got some.
Hey, we're on a roll now.
Yeah.
Oh, Wilderness Explorers versus Magic Carpets.
How is Magic Carpet still in this?
Okay, to be fair, it started in the second round.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was like, man.
Wilderness Explorers for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also doing Wilderness Explorers. Oh, Navi River Journey versus Finding Nemo. I'm throwing it out there now because I feel like it's not going to matter, but I'm going with Finding Nemo.
I am too.
Oh yeah,
Really?
me too. Yeah.
Huh, I thought you guys would have picked Navi River Journey.
I mean,
know that's-
Navi River Journey has the animatronic that's, I mean, absolutely incredible. Everything else about that attraction is kind of cookie cutter to me.
Yeah, it's like that's the reason you ride it. It's
Mm-hmm.
pretty, but that's pretty much all. The only reason I would ride it other than the animatronic.
This one kind of hurts me a little bit, but Haunted Mansion versus Dinosaur.
It hurts me, but you know the answer.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's why it hurts me, because like I love Dinosaur, but I know that it's Haunted Mansion for all three of us. Philhar Magic versus Splash Mountain.
Ooh.
No,
I'm
that's
going.
rude.
I'm going Philhar Magic. I got to.
I gotta say Splash on this one.
Oh no. I keep going, like, I open my mouth to say something, I'm like, no, wait. I think I am gonna go with Splash Mountain.
Oh no.
It was hard because I was imagining the Be Our Guest smell.
Oh boy. So next we've got Expedition Everest versus Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin.
Everest. Especially because you guys picked Buzz Lightyear over Fantasmic.
Yeah, I think Expedition Everest is just an objectively better attraction. I love both of these, but it's hard to compare it and like even give Buzz a chance.
Yeah, I totally agree. It doesn't stand up to it, and maybe that's because I think about like what it was supposed to be a lot, and that's very telling. So this next one might be a little hard too. We've got Tower of Terror versus the TTA. You know what? I'm going TTA.
I'm going TT.
Oh.
Tower of Terror.
So we got Enchanted Tales with Belle versus Kilimanjaro Safari.
Kilimanjaro Safari.
That was so fast.
I agree, not quite so sassily with Beth.
I'm going to give some love to my mirror and say Enchanted Tales just so it gets the vote. But I think Kilimanjaro Safari is the best one. Oh, Carousel of Progress versus Illuminations.
I'm gonna go with Carousel of Progress.
Me too.
You know, Illuminations is actually one of my favorite fireworks shows, but I got to go Carousel of Progress. Oh, Clash of the Classics here. Pirates of the Caribbean versus It's a Small World.
Defo Pirates.
Pirates.
It's interesting they're
Yeah.
both water rides too.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of these have been pretty surprising. Oh, Brian, I feel so sorry for you.
Oh, I haven't even scrolled down. What is it?
Great Moments in
Oh,
History
man.
versus Flight of Passage.
Oh.
You know what? I'm going Great Moments. I'm doing it.
Definitely going Flight of Passage.
I'm doing it.
Don't let the nostalgia cloud your judgment. Brian.
It's not nostalgia. It's a new attraction. They're both new.
Here's the thing. I think Beth and I can fight this one out because Great Moments in History is the perfect representation of the Muppets. It's the perfect like street entertainment. It's periodic in a way that you're not expecting it. So it's that kind of thing that, you know, a first-time guest can be totally surprised by, and just like I think that all of that combined is the perfect thing to represent that like special day in the Magic Kingdom to me.
I don't disagree with anything that you said just now, for the record, but I also didn't cry at Great Moments.
Oh darn, you have that one on me. I will give you that.
I hate it, like to have to do it, but I have to say Flight of Passage. It's too incredible of an attraction to vote against.
Oh boy.
Brian, the pain in your voice.
I hate having to vote against anything that has to do with the Muppets.
Yeah, I'm very sure that you do. So I guess that is gonna end this week, right? That makes sense. There's still 3 weeks left. Okay, so I guess we can go over the matchups for next week, so everyone can kind of think about them. And I'll post this I'll post this bracket on the show notes so our listeners can check it out as well. It looks like next week we've got Festival of the Lion King versus Muppet Vision 3D, Jungle Trek versus Mission Space, Living with the Land versus Jungle Cruise, which I'm just throwing this out there now. Jungle Cruise made it through 4 straight rounds. Wilderness Explorers versus Finding Nemo the Musical, Haunted Mansion versus Splash Mountain, Expedition Everest versus Tower of Terror, Kilimanjaro Safari versus Carousel of Progress, Pirates of the Caribbean versus Avatar Flight of Passage. Some of these are tough.
I was about to say, that's going to be interesting.
Some of these are real tough, and it's going to be even more interesting if Kirsten's here. I mean, now here's my thoughts. I'm thinking we can let listener votes be the tie. So I'll post this on our Facebook and social media, and I'll do polls on Twitter for like the various like brackets through the week so people can vote on them. And then when we get back together, if Kirsten is with us and we have a 4-way tie, we can go to the listeners for that tie-breaking vote. So I think that would be a fun way to get everyone involved in this bracket.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Now, are there any of these that you guys are surprised have made it so far?
I am very surprised that Wilderness Explorers is in the Sweet 16, but I don't disagree with it being there.
Yeah. And you know what's weird? I think Wilderness Explorers has had, like, the best matchups that it could have.
For sure.
And the fact that it's still up against Finding Nemo the Musical is great, because that is another one that, like, okay, Disney Railroad was a little tough, but like all of these for me, it was pretty easy to decide.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be an interesting one to see. I'm interested to see how you guys side on Pirates versus Flight of Passage, because I know that you both love that. And
That isn't. I'm gonna actually have to sit down and think about some of these.
yeah, I think it's good to let this sit a week, because this is going to be a tough one to think about. Ooh, boy. And a lot of these came all the way from round 1 too. Like, I'm looking at it now. It looks like we got Jungle Cruise came up from round 1. Splash Mountain came up from round 1. Expedition Everest came up from round 1. Pirates and so those 4 were the ones that came up from the first round. Everything else started in the second round. So I think that's a telling sign of which ones we actually really like.
Yeah. Sure.
Cool. So that was fun. I liked this idea.
Yeah.
And I'm interested to see if our listeners agree with this, or if there's any that you guys are mad that we voted out.
Let's see. I'm trying to look back at some of these that I know we would get flack for. I feel like voting out Frozen Ever After so early, especially losing to Wilderness Explorers, there'd be a lot of people that disagreed with that.
I disagree with that, but sure.
But I would like to know how many people disagree with that have done Wilderness Explorers.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's very true.
So just for everybody listening that hasn't done Wilderness Explorers, go try it. It's super fun.
Are there any of these that you guys thought would have made it a lot farther than they did? Besides Frozen Ever After? I know that was kind of...
I kind of expected Peter Pan to make it farther.
Yeah.
Not really. With you guys, I thought I was dead in the water the first round.
That's a valid point. Oh my gosh. I think if Kirsten was here, it would have been a very different conversation on a lot of these.
I voted for Kirsten for some of these. I will say that there is a 4th vote on like a few of them. Like Tower of Terror, and there's one more that I put another one in on. Oh, the one against Country Bears. But I will say that if it comes down to like a direct tie, just to keep everyone in mind here, like if we can't agree and our listeners can't agree, both of the attractions are going to get voted out. So that may make things pretty interesting.
Oh, man, that could really shake things up.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, especially for... Oh,
I
just
see one that
realized-
could completely screw this entire bracket up.
Is it the Haunted Mansion Splash Mountain Expedition
Yep.
Everest Tower of Terror one?
Yep.
I just looked at that and I went, oh, that's going to be hard if all four of us are here.
I'm not looking forward to that. I'm also not looking forward to Kilimanjaro Safari versus Carousel of Progress versus Pirates versus Flight of Passage.
Yeah, I think this round is going to be a thinker, but then the round after that's going to be even worse, which means that the final brackets are going to be very hard.
Yeah.
Then that's going to do it for us this week. Thanks for joining us again on another episode of the Station 71 podcast. If you like what you heard, be sure to subscribe to us on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts from. If you want to get in touch with us, you can find links to all of our social media on our website at station71podcast.com. We hope you enjoyed your ride, and we'll see you real soon.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.